Welcome back everybody, we're here again in the Golf Academy and today we're going to be comparing the two Wilson C300 irons. Okay, so the reason I've got two irons in my hands is because Wilson have brought out a normal C300 iron and they've also brought out the Forsch C300 irons. There are little differences between the two and we're going to just go quickly over how they look. So first of all, the actual normal C300 is a little bit bigger than the actual forged iron. Reason for that, maybe there's a bit more playability in the C300 forged than there is actually in the normal one, which is probably more designed for getting distance and more forgiveness in the actual club head. In terms of the actual club face, there is a white line that runs down the last groove on the normal C300, whereas the actual forged iron does look a little bit more of a rougher material for your ball to strike than the kind of smoother material of the normal C300. They have also made a little hole just in the hosel of the normal C300, which you don't find on the forged iron. Again, that's going to be to do with moving the weight around in the head. Maybe has something to do with performance. We'll have to see when we hit a few shots. But overall, irons look very similar. We've got the kind of silver in the forged and this kind of black carbon effect with the normal C300. Okay, so let's just have a little chat about what's actually similar with these golf clubs. And the big technology in these heads of the C300s is the power holes. With the actual normal C300, they do go all the way around the actual club head. So bottom of the golf club, toe of the golf club, actually even on the top part of the golf club. So this is going to make that sweet spot a lot bigger. So as you strike the golf ball, these power holes are going to compress, packed full of urethane, so they're very kind of spongy at the speed you hit golf balls, and it's going to make your ball come off a little bit faster maybe, or keep it a little bit straighter. So, but with the Forsch you don't get as many power holes, and these only go around the leading edge and about halfway up the actual toe or the side toe of the golf club. Don't get them at the top, you get a nice sleek finish though. But they have also, on the leading edge part, added two levels of power holes. So you've got the smaller set on the leaning edge at the very front of the sole, and then at the back you've got two bigger ones. So this is supposed to compress even more. It's going to increase that deflection of the golf ball and it just makes that sweet spot even bigger. Okay, so what we'll do now, I'll hit 4 shots with the Forsch Head. I've got myself here a 7 iron. Got it in a KBS shaft, which is a stiff shaft. They do actually come with these very nice Lamkin grips, branded with the Wilson logo. But we'll hit 4 with this one, we'll hit 4 with the normal, and then we'll have a little talk through the results. Okay, so that one felt a little bit toey. So it'll be good to see what the forgiveness comes out here. And we've got it going relatively straight. Got that draw because I hit the shot off the toe. Distance is looking good though, around that 170. Spin's quite high, so it's going to be stopping on the greens. So again, quite good numbers for a relatively poor shot. So let's go ahead and hit a few more. Okay, so after hitting a few shots with the Forsch Head, felt relatively good off the face. I actually like the sleek design at the top rather than the bulky design. So that's one of the clubs I'd probably favour if I was choosing between the two. But again, this is actually designed for the higher handicap, someone looking for distance. So I've got myself here a regular shaft, same 7 iron. Let's have a go and see what comes out. Again, felt quite nice, maybe a little push out to the right, but quite central hit, so yeah, got a little bit of a push there to the right. Oh my god, a massive push. Distance, really good, 180 there, so it looks like it's carrying nearly 10 yards further than the forged iron. We are losing a bit on the spin, so a bit less control on the greens, but overall distance there is excellent. Okay, so I decided to hit 5 shots of each club instead of the 4, just gives us better results overall. But we are seeing some differences between the two clubs, which is great. In terms of total distance, so there's actually 165 with the Forge iron, and we've got 178 with the normal C300. So nearly 10 yards in it there, or should I say just over 10 yards in it. So big differences there in distance between the two. I think that's just because of the ball speed though. So with the actual forged iron, we're getting 114 miles an hour for ball speed, and we get 117 with the normal C300. So there's a lot in that with ball speed there, and I think that's where we're seeing the distance as well change, because the club head speed was exactly the same with each club. So definitely some designs in that club that Wilson have done to make that ball come off a little bit hotter, a little bit faster, because my club head speed didn't actually change with either. Next thing I just want to move on to is actually the spin of the golf ball. So what we're seeing is the forged iron is spinning the ball a lot more. This is going to give you control over your ball flight. Anyone who likes the shape shots, that could be a club for you. Or you want the ball to stop a bit quicker on the green. Again, that could be the club for you. The normal C300 was 1,000 RPM behind the forged iron. So again, this is where the distance aspect's coming out. So with less spin, the ball can fly through the air a little bit further, a little bit longer. So what I like about these two clubs is they do two different things. If you want that control around the greens, hitting into the greens, I'd go for the forged iron. If you're looking for that extra little bit of distance in your game, go for the C300, just a normal head. But I also didn't hit a great shot, so I hit some good, some bad. It wasn't my best swinging day today, but the shots were quite straight as well. It's getting a little bit of a draw with the forged iron and a little push with the actual C300, but nothing way off line, which is great to see. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the page. We're all over social media, and we'll see you next time.